met this beluga whale at the aquarium. He popped his little head up out of the tank and he's like, "Ee, ee," which normally would be gibberish to me, but I was tripping pretty hard. So I understood every word. He was like, "Hey, this sucks, get me out of here." I'm like, "Dude, there's nothing I can do for you." But I would recommend you wipe that big smile off your face. You know what? A lot of humans don't get irony. They think you like it here. And like, why are we using whales for entertainment when there's so many unemployed entertainers? You guys, just dress up like a whale.
I quit drinking, you guys. But I don't judge anybody who still does. Now that I'm superior.
Some of us need a full-on cocktail condom. She raw dogs life. I need full coverage. It's important. You know what? I got roofied recently, but he did it with mushrooms because he didn't want to fuck me. He just wanted to be my best friend.
My friends are just like, come on, can't you just do mushrooms? Like, what's the big deal? I've done mushrooms about 300 times. Like, I don't need to do mushrooms anymore. My mind is so expanded. Like, if it gets any more expanded, I'm not going to be able to live in this reality.
There is such a thing as too much expansion.
I'm raw dogging life. It's me and life.
I feel like the most romantic gift a guy can give you is Adderall. You guys, it makes my heart race.
I always thought I had ADD, and so did the doctor, so they gave me Adderall. Turns out, guess who doesn't have ADD, but chronic anxiety. It's like giving somebody that's schizophrenic acid.
I was going to school to become a psychologist. I thought, you know what? I'm going to be an awesome therapist. I'm a good listener. I'm a people person. Found out right away my internship, none of that is true about me at all. Like 20 minutes into my first one-on-one session with a patient, he was crying, and I was like, oh shit. I am way too pro-suicide for this job. But it wasn't a total waste. You know what? I still use the degree all the time. It helps me trick doctors into giving me psychotropic drugs for recreational use. Because I do have ADD, which is an adult desire to do speed.
I think the best suicide note ever would read, "This was a murder."
Right before I got here, I had a bunch of edible panties. I don't think they've kicked in yet.
I got sober because a friend of mine who had a low bottom, I supposedly have a high bottom. I don't really understand what that means. I think it's because I have long legs, I'm not sure. But my friend had a low bottom, and like he had nothing. And he got sober for like 2 years, has like 5 houses, 3 cars. And today he called me up and he was like, "Jackie, guess what I have now?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you're on private jet?" And he was like, "No, I found out I have a kid." I was just like, "Oh my God, please don't let that happen to me." And before I realized that it's impossible, I was like, if I have a kid, I'm gonna start drinking again.
You know, all throughout my pregnancy, I was drinking non-alcoholic beer, so my baby came out really boring.
A lot of people have a problem when they get sober with like the higher power type situation, and I'm like, it's just energy. It's just like love energy. And people are like, because they don't want to say the word God, but they want a name like God. And I'm like, well, you know, I understand. Don't use the word God. Like I don't use higher power, but if you need a name, go ahead and use the name Jackie.
I do. I use it all the time. My parents are super, super Christian. And even though I grew up in this very, very Catholic household, at the age of 18, they let my boyfriend move in with us. Because they're like, we know you're not going to have sex out of wedlock. Because of all that burning in hell shit. I'm like, yeah, I know the rules. No sex until marriage. But then one day he did come home with a giant rock, and he's like, Sarah, will you sell this coke with me? Had to checked my Bible. Turns out, no rules in there about dealing blow out of your parents' basement. Very Christian thing to do.
What do you replace drinking and smoking pot with? That's what you would think, right? That's what most people do. Not me, not me. Turns out I have to like someone and be attracted to them. Like, it's impossible. Like, I'm not gonna wake up the next day and just be like, oh my god, I didn't know what I was doing. I was so hydrated. You guys, I was like so hydrated.
Sounds awful. We've been Sober Not Sober. Thank you.